I am in Joshua chapter 14 now, and I'm reading about the inheritance of Caleb. So let me read you from verses 6 through 15. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said to him, "You know the word which the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, concerning you and me in Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land. And I brought back word to him as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren who went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed the Lord my God. So Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land where your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance and your children's forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now behold, the Lord has kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years, ever since the Lord spoke this word to Moses while Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now here I am this day, 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as on the day that Moses sent me. Just as my strength was then, so now is my strength for war, both for going out and for coming in. Now therefore give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke in that day. For you heard in that day how the Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall be able to drive them out, as the Lord said. And Joshua blessed him and gave Hebron to Caleb the son of Jephunneh as an inheritance. Hebron therefore became the inheritance of Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name of Hebron formerly was Kiriath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. Then the land had rest from war. Several points I want to talk about here. First is that Caleb was the son of Jephunneh, who was a Kenizzite rather. And in God's plan, inheritance is reckoned through fathers, not mothers. Modern Judaism says you're a Jew if your mother was a Jew. That's not the way it works in Torah. In the written Torah, your nationality is always determined by your father, not your mother. So God's plan is patrilineal instead of matrilineal. So Caleb's father, or Caleb himself, had been grafted into Israel. They were foreign born and made to become part of the tribe of Judah. So he would have been a Kenizzite, but God made him an Israelite because he had adopted Israel's God and the laws of Israel's God. And he had wholly followed the laws of God, and he was wholly faithful to him, unlike the 10 spies who came back with a bad report and caused the Israelites to wander for 40 years. So because of his faithfulness, Moses had promised him this land that he had spied out. The land had not been allotted to the tribes yet, but Moses said, because you set your foot on it, just like Abraham was promised every step that everywhere where his foot stepped, so Moses promised to Caleb everywhere that his foot stepped within the promised land. Now, this land was populated by Israel's scariest enemies, the giants, the Anakim, the very people that caused the 10 spies to bring a bad report. Caleb said, I'm going to go down without the rest of Israel, and I'm going to kick these people out with God's help. So his faithfulness continued even into his old age, and he was still a successful and formidable warrior at 85 years old. This land that Caleb inherited, called Hebron, it's in the very heart of the territory of Judah. It's not, out on the outskirts. It's not in the wilderness. It's right in the center of Judah. This is significant because the name Judah means praised. And remember when Judah was born, Leah praised God, and therefore she called her son Judah. And remember the words of Paul when he said that a true Jew is a Jew in his heart. And he was talking about faithfulness. He wasn't saying that, if your father is a Jew, then you're not really a Jew if you're not faithful. He was saying that the meaning of the word Jew is better applied to those who are faithful to God, no matter who their parents were. So here was Caleb, who had been grafted into the tribe of Judah and exemplified the behavior for which Judah was named, because the truest worship of God is faithfulness to his commandments, faithfulness to his principles, true trust in Yahweh. Caleb was obedient. He was faithful. He never doubted God's provision and God's ability to give them the land. And therefore, God gave him a place in the very heart of Judah, no matter who his father was. He was Israel, just like you and me. This is Jay Carper from American Torah. Be blessed.